Hi everyone, my name's Alicia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I've got a super exciting tutorial for you guys because guess what? It's Red Taylor's version season. I'm so excited. She re-released all of the Red album with additional songs from the vault, including a 10-minute version of my favorite song, and I'm sure some of your favorite songs, All Too Well. And a big feature in that, in both the film and the song, and even the old version of the song, is the scarf that she left at his sister's house, and he's still got it after all of these days, and we are going to be making that. This tutorial is perfect for beginners. I'm going to teach you both how to knit it or crochet it, whatever you're more comfortable with or whatever you want to learn. They're just as easy either way. So yeah, super simple, super cute, adorable. I love it. Great if you missed it on her website or just want to make it for super cheap at home. All you're going to need is a little bit of red yarn and either a crochet hook or a knitting needle, and then scissors. This is a Team Taylor household against the dirty music producers that screwed her over, and some men. You know who you are. So I'm using a weight 4.5mm hook, but you can use anything between like a 3.5mm hook to a 5mm hook. Anything in between there, you'll be fine. And then I'm using a weight 4 yarn, which is just kind of like your basic size of craft yarn. So since this is for beginners, we're only going to use one stitch the entire time, a half double crochet. Keep it super simple, and I'll walk you through it even if you don't know how to do a half double crochet. So to start, we're going to make a slip knot. So I take my 2 fingers like that, cross it over, and then I'm going to take my right hand 2 fingers and pull it through just like that. So I have a little loop, put it on my hook, pull it on, and now I'm going to make a chain of 50. So yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so now we are just going to do half double crochets. So we are going to count and put our hook into the 3rd chain from the hook. So 1, 2, and then 3. And yarn over and insert your hook. Pull 1 through, pull through all 3. Yarn over into the next stitch. Pull 1 through, pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull 1 through, pull through all 3. And we are going to keep doing this all the way down the row. Alright, so I've put a half double crochet into every single stitch, and I'm just getting to the end here. Making sure to go into every last one. And now, since it is a half double crochet, we are going to chain 2. Flip our work like we're flipping a page in a book. And then continue doing half double crochets. So I just inserted my hook into the very first stitch. And continuing on down the row. Super duper simple. We are just going to continue doing rows and rows of half double crochet until you have your scarf to the length that you desire. I'm going to try to make mine as close to what it says on her website. But yeah, just continue doing these half double crochets over and over again until you have a scarf that's long enough, and then we will work on the tassels. And now that we're at the end of our crochet scarf and it's to the length that you want it, all you need to do just to tie it off is to make a chain of 1. Pull up a little bit. Snip. And take that little end and pull it through. And you are all done. Alright, if you're knitting, we're going to keep this extremely simple because knitting isn't my strongest suit. So like the crochet, we're going to start with a slip knot. So put it on your fingers like that, and with 2 fingers, pull through that little tail to make a slip knot, and you have that little loop. Now, my knitting needles are on a string. I don't know what this is called, but you can use the ones without the string as well. So I put it on one of my needles. And now we are going to wrap the yarn around our thumb, just like that. And I'm kind of like holding it onto it with these fingers. And now we're going to take our needle and put it under that circle and pull. Not too tight though. So now we've got 2 stitches on the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm just going to keep going. Now I'm going to take the one with all of the stitches on it and put it in my left hand, and then my open one in my right hand. Now right in like where the yarn crosses over, I'm going to stick my needle underneath so that they are like that. And with that working piece of yarn, we are going to wrap it around counterclockwise, just like that. Push this needle downward so that it catches that little loop, and push that off the top. This is a knit stitch. This is like the basic knitting stitch. Anyways, so again, we're going to put that underneath. Wrap this counterclockwise, push, and off the top. So putting it underneath, counterclockwise, push, and off the top. Push, off the top. And you are going to go all the way down until you've done it for every single stitch. And then I will meet you to show you how to do the second row. Alright, so once you have finished your first row, then you're just going to switch your hands in which you have the needles and pretty much rinse and repeat. You're going to take that needle, put it in, wrap around counterclockwise, push underneath, and push off the top. And we just keep doing this. You go back and forth on each needle for tons and tons of rows until you have enough that's long enough for your scarf. So I'm just going to keep repeating this over and over again. And nothing changes. This is going to be like the most simple project that you can do in knitting. And then when we meet back, I will show you how to put on the tassels at the end. So now once you have your scarf to your desired length, this is for the knitting, we are going to cast off, and casting off is pretty simple. So you are just going to knit 2 stitches like you have been this entire time. So 1 stitch and 2 stitches. And then you are going to take this bottom one and pull it over top of the top one. If you've got long nails like me right now, it might be a little bit difficult, and you could use a pair of tweezers to pick it and pull it over. But yeah, so you just pull that one off, and now you're going to knit one more stitch. And pick up that bottom one and pull it over the top. Knit one more. And pull it over the top. I'm adjusting so that it's not like too loose. So knit one stitch, pull it over the top, and a little tug, knit one stitch, pull it over the top, knit one stitch, pull it over the top, and I'm going to keep on doing this until I get to the last one, and I'll show you what to do for that. Okie dokie, so I'm at my last stitch, so I'm just making that one knit stitch and pulling that one over top, and now I'm going to leave a little bit of a loop at the end, pull it off of my needle, and snip my yarn, and now I'm going to take that little piece of yarn, pull it through the loop, and pull tightly. And then you're all done. It's all finished off. Now let's work on the tassels. So now we're going to work on the tassels. So first you want to figure out how many tassels you want. So I'm thinking that I want 4 to dangle off of the end here. You can do more or less. It really doesn't matter. And then you can grab a measuring tape or just eyeball it. And for every tassel, you want to cut 3 pieces of yarn. So for me, I need 12 pieces of yarn. So I'm cutting each of them to 8 inches. Okay, so I've cut my first 3 pieces to 8 inches. So now to attach your little tassel, you can either use a pair of tweezers or a crochet hook. Depends on what you have on hand. And you are going to either stick your tweezers through where you want to attach your tassel, pinch on them, and pull it through. Make sure that you grab all 3 pieces of the yarn. And then with that loop, you're going to grab the end and tie a knot. Just like that. And I'll show you how to do it with the crochet hook as well. With the crochet hook, you're going to take that looped over piece of yarn, insert your hook, and grab onto all 3 pieces and pull it through. And then do the exact same thing where you're just kind of tying that knot. And then repeat until you have all of your tassels. And now that you have all of your tassels, if you think that they look a little bit long, you could give them a little haircut. Just try to make them all look even. And there we are. Super cute. So something a little extra that I'm going to do, I'm taking this old tote bag and I'm going to make a little red tag to go with the scarf, because I feel like that was like a big staple point of Taylor's merch. This part is completely optional, but I just got a new sewing machine that has like this embroidery feature on it, so I'm gonna give it a try. If you want a similar tag to this,
People on Etsy make them, or you can try to hand embroider it, but I'm no good at hand embroidery, so I'm gonna give my shot at this.
So cute.
So now I'm just taking a needle and some matching thread and just attaching on this little tag. So cute, so homemade.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Lots of love. Make sure to send this to me if you make it. I would love to see it. All right, goodbye.